The library was built in the early 1930s. It was built to kind of match the style, the architecture and design of the old administration building. So it's considered Romanesque. It cost $260,000 to build the library and furnish it, not the collection, but the building and all of the furniture, most of which is still here. Originally, when it was built as Fresno State. It was the location for Fresno State, and it was a normal school. It was called a normal school, which means they produced teachers. It was turned over, became part of the normal school of Fresno City College in the early 50s. And it was added on to once in the 1970s and then added on to again in 1996. Well, some of the things we like to point out to the visitors is there's 100,000 bricks were used to build the building, and there's like 6 different shades or hues of reds in the brick. Things were done that were very ornate, like the columns out in the front. There's 3 different patterns making up 8 different columns, and there's decorative tile in the stairway. So some of the things that are really unique about the building that you wouldn't see anymore. The leather doors that you pass, there's leather doors in the entry into the main library from the lobby into the conference room. And the conference room used to be kind of a lounge for students. It just had some easy chairs in there. And there was a fireplace that at that time was functional. And then there's leather on the doors that lead into the reference room with real unique porthole type windows. And that's real leather and real hobnails. And there's a quote over the conference room in Latin that says, "Enter good, leave better." And then there's a quote over this door here, "There is no past so long as books shall live." The furniture here is all the original furniture. It was all built in 1930. It's solid oak wood. It is so heavy. The chandeliers are brass, solid brass. Now the ceiling that I've mentioned once before is actually a kind of burlap wallpaper. An artist who was a Dutch immigrant painted the images onto the canvas, and then it was put up, burlap, and then it was put up onto the ceiling. So that's not paint on the ceiling, that's actually kind of like burlap wallpaper. In the whole library, there's about 100,000 books. On the outside of this wall here, there's a bulldog face coming out of the wall, and again, that goes back to this being Fresno State and their mascot. And when we took it over, they obviously couldn't take that with them, so it's still out there, and it's kind of a highlight of a lot of the elementary school tours. When they come by, we make sure they see the bulldog. The bulldog overlooks the Peace Garden, and the Peace Garden was put in about 10 years ago, maybe a little less, but the idea was to give students a place to go when tragic or overwhelming things had happened in the world. And so there's 2 peace poles out there. There's 8 different languages on each pole. So there's 16 languages that say, "Let peace prevail on earth." And we picked languages that were common in the valley or common amongst our students. Libraries are not just about books or about databases or any of the other resources. Libraries are about critical thinking, and they are about intellectual freedom. And that's the value of the library to the students. And when you absolutely have to know, ask a librarian.